I'm excited to show you guys this blaster. This is a new one on Amazon, a really good high quality one, which as you know, there's not a lot of those out there. There's a lot of good blasters out there for all different types on Amazon. But when you get into that kind of high performance blaster, or at least high performance by US standards, not a ton on Amazon yet. This one's definitely up there. So the brand is listed as Noxew, which is Noxew, and it's the Noxew, and it's an M4 COB or M4-COB. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to check it out today and put it together, get it ready to fire, and then of course do some demonstrations and some FPS testing. And I'm going to put out a little teaser out there. I couldn't help myself. I had to play with it a little bit, and we were looking at 250 FPS out of the box here for $120, and it's definitely good quality. So pretty cool to see that stuff coming to Amazon at such good prices. Of course, the link is in the description. So let's check out everything included with it. We're going to get the boring stuff out of the way first, right? Like your safety glasses, very important, but wear some sort of eye protection. This is what comes with them. All right. Now, they also include a couple rolls of this camouflage tape. So I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not 100% sure of any special function for this other than cosmetics. Like if you wanted to wrap pieces to make them camouflage and, look cool. So if there's some other reason for that, please post in the comments. Let me know what's going on with that stuff. Of course, it's actually like a medical tape. So anyway, they include that too. They give you one pack of gel beads here to start with. Now, I do have to say, as with all of these, gel beads are super important to soak them properly so that your blaster works right. So please make sure that you're doing that. I'm going to assume if you're looking at a blaster like this, you know what you're doing with those, but I'm going to tell you quick anyway. Soak them for 4 to 6 hours, use plenty of water, and use a large enough container so they grow big enough, right? They can't grow too big, so don't worry about that. And then at that point, just drain off any excess water, and you can store them in airtight containers for a couple weeks, all right? But make sure you're soaking them properly. Make sure they're getting big enough. And never ever store them inside the magazine. So this is a motorized magazine. So it's definitely extra important to make sure you don't store them in here. And I had this popped open with my fingernail a minute ago, but now it's not popping open. So let me grab something quick to pop that open with. Sometimes these magazines, when they're new like this, it's a little harder to pop open the door, but that's okay. Pop that open. And then we're going to load that up. Now, when you're done playing, make sure that this is empty. I was able to fire every one out of it when I used it, the first time. Just do the whole, flip it upside down and fire it a couple times. That way, if there's any left in there, they'll typically fire out. But I still will always open them up, shake them, and even push the button there and shake to make sure that everything's out of the feeding tube. And then that way, just leave them open to dry like that, okay? That's a best practice. So just get in the practice of doing that. Even the best blasters are still going to probably have a couple gel balls left inside the magazine. So we'll load that up. And this also has the nice magazine priming feature with the charging handle. And I'm using a semi-hardened gel ball in here. So these ones are from Shrap Gel. Ozgel also makes some good ones. So just depending where you're getting them from. Okay. And with this magazine, it's probably easier to use a little funnel or a speed loader, but didn't have one handy at the time. So, got that magazine ready to go. And your mag well, you can see the nice connections in there. Magazine release button right here. We've got safety. We do true semi-automatic and automatic. Okay, so we'll put it back into safety. Now, let's talk about the battery. They give you a 7.4 volt, 1500 mAh battery right here, and your USB charger. Of course, you're going to charge it up. It's the two connections, your charging connection and your 2-pin JST connection for the actual blaster. It's going to come to you partially charged, still good to charge it up. Shouldn't take more than 4 to 5 hours to charge an empty one. So this one won't be empty when it comes to you, so just charge it for a couple hours, you should be good. Battery does reside in the stock here. You can see it's a different style stock than we've seen with other blasters that are on Amazon. Okay, and the stock just is also adjustable, right? So you can go ahead and slide it around. It is a threaded buffer tube too, so you can go ahead and you could replace or change that buffer tube. And go ahead and open up the stock because that's where the battery is going to go. So this piece pops off, so you can see I kind of had it popped off already. Now you got two tabs here, right where my thumb is. You're going to pop that off. So there, that's those tabs, and there's that top tab. And then right here opens up, and this is where your battery goes. So you've actually got two slots, right? So you could use a nunchuck style battery that goes in there. And this should accommodate an 11.1 volt battery without any sort of problems and any sort of modifications. So we're going to plug that in. We're going to tuck the harness just kind of down in the middle piece, right? So you got the battery to the side compartment, and then the harness in the middle. Tuck that in, down, and this should slide right back on. So slide that back on. Then we've got this piece to go back in. Make sure it clicks. And the rubberized stock butt pad just kind of fits over the top. Okay. So we've got that ready to go. Also, a nice 14 millimeter counterclockwise barrel here so that you can go ahead, you can put your hop-ups on there, you can put your other 3D printed barrels, other barrels that you've purchased, so lots of options for that too. The rails are super secure, as you can tell, so they're definitely capable of handling any sort of attachments that you want to put on that barrel. So we'll plug the magazine in. All right, we have it on safety, so here we could go ahead and we can still prime the magazine on safety, or you can prime it on semi, or you can prime it on automatic. But that's what you're hearing there, is the motor running until it feeds. It's basically starting that motor inside there, feeding those gel balls up into the magazine feed tube so that they're already up, ready to go when you're ready to shoot. All right, and so again, it's got semi-automatic, so when you put it in semi-automatic, it's going to just sit there and shoot, single shot each time you pull the trigger, and then of course fully automatic. Everyone knows what that means. It's going to just go ahead and you hold the trigger down until the clip is empty. So really cool blaster. Excited to show you the demonstration, to do the FPS test. I think you guys are going to be excited to see that. Currently, this is $119 for $120 to get this quality blaster at 250 FPS, which we're going to see is amazing, I would say. So definitely a very good blaster, high quality blaster, lots of upgrades available, great performance at a great price. I think it's definitely worth checking out. The brand is Noxew, Noxew, and just look for the Noxew M4 on Amazon, or of course the link is in the description. Guys, tell me what you think. Are you guys glad to see all these cool blasters showing up on Amazon now? And again, at some great prices. I sure am. Comments, likes, please subscribe, share with your friends, and check back for the demo FPS. I'll post it attached to this video in one long version, and then I'll post it separately too. Thanks for the support.